Staying consistent is something that I'm sure you've heard many times. And if you are not new to this channel, then planning your content is something that helps you stay consistent and that is super important for showing up for your brand. So we are getting into a couple things in my content calendar that just make sense and that also help staying consistent 10 times easier. Hi, I'm Ariana. I am a content strategist, a content creator, and on this channel we talk about socials for business, efficient content creation, work-life balance, and all of that fun stuff. If conversations and content like this interest you, I highly recommend subscribing, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing in my content calendar that just makes sense and that makes my life as a content creator so much easier is having my goals literally in front of my face. So this is something that will help me stay focused in what I'm posting or when I am sitting in my content calendar to plan my content. And it basically is a breakdown of my goals by year, by quarter, by month, by week, and literally it just helps me stay on track with when I'm trying to come up with something to post tomorrow, or even just plan my quarterly campaigns or what I want my focus and my content to be based on my goals. Now, the second thing in my content calendar that helps make my life so much easier, or even just coming up with content ideas so much easier, is having my content pillars and a content bank integrated into my content calendar. So your content pillars stem literally straight from your strategy, and this is basically just content categories or umbrella categories of content or things that you talk about, topics that help you come up with content ideas so that you are kind of still focusing on your strategy or you are focusing on your goals, but this is just a step further into thinking of content ideas. So having this in front of your face when you are sitting in your content calendar to plan out your content is super helpful, because I know the struggle of just kind of getting ready to plan out my content and I literally cannot think of anything to post. So having your content pillars and these overall general topics in front of your face, and as well as like your strategy already there for you, it makes it so much easier to come up with content ideas, but then also content ideas that are actually going to help you reach your social media goals, whether it's to get views, whether it's to get sales, whether it's to get recognized by brands, whether it's to sell a specific product in a campaign that you're having at the moment for a month or like a time relevant situation. Is just so much easier. So the next thing that I have in my content calendar that makes my life so much easier is having my month mapped out. Now, I'm not just talking about a content calendar for the month. I'm talking about somewhere that I can place my monthly campaign goals, some notes that I have. Maybe I just thought of an idea and on the line at the grocery store and I need somewhere to write this down, and it kind of relates to my content of the month or my goals of the month. Another place that you can type in your goals or add your goals or like a tracker. So this is a great place that is basically like your monthly hub of content or has anything to do with your month of content. So I usually like to type or write in my follower count at the moment or anything that I'm tracking. So for example, my follower count on the first of the month, and then I go back in to this kind of monthly outline and see where I'm at the end of the month. This is just a really great way to effortlessly keep track of things and also just have everything in one place so that you can just streamline your content creation process and literally make your life so much easier. So number 4 is my content calendar. So this is what you would think that a content calendar looks like. Basically just the days of the week at the top and then the post types on the side, and then you just add in your topics for whatever post type you're creating for or planning for. So I really like to set this up in different formats on the side of the weeks or days of the week, because this really helps me kind of place my ideas into different formats and different types of content. So for example, I also really like to repurpose my topics. So I like to talk about the same thing in different formats throughout the week. And then I also like to kill two birds with one stone when I am kind of creating content. So I will talk about the same thing in a face to camera video or a reel, and then the same thing in a B-roll video for the same day or maybe just a different day of the week. So this is a really great way or format to set up your content calendar so that you can repurpose your content much easier, and that will save you a lot of time when you're creating your content so that you aren't creating the same thing or basically saying the same thing twice and then wasting your time. And the last thing that I have in my content calendar that makes so much sense and makes my life so much easier is a weekly post builder. So this is a place that I can build out one post in its entirety. So obviously you have to go ahead and edit your videos in CapCut or wherever you edit them, or even make your carousel graphics in Canva. But then once you have the media for the video or for the piece of content for the post, then this is a place where I can draft out a caption or even get it ready to be repurposed. So I usually like to film my face to camera videos in the TikTok app, and I only post them on Mondays and Wednesdays on Instagram, but I also post that same video on TikTok as well on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I need two separate captions, two different captions, even though it's the same video, I'm talking, literally saying the same exact thing, but the kind of vibe or energy on the two different apps play a part in the goals for these types of content. So my face to camera videos on Monday on Instagram is more focused on getting sales, more focused on converting my followers into either leads, telling them that they should book a call with me, or even to maybe purchase my digital products. But the purpose of this same exact video where I'm saying literally the same thing on TikTok would probably be to warm up the audience, or because I'm talking to new people on the For You page most of the time and not really people who follow me, is to kind of warm them up and just like reintroduce my brand and focus on saying things or just telling them things that maybe introduce them to what my brand is, so that they might follow me and then they might go and check out my Instagram, and then I can kind of convert them there. So this weekly post builder is a great way to help you repurpose your content in more of a streamlined way. So hopefully it got your wheels turning on a more streamlined way to set up your content calendar if you do use platforms like Notion or even Trello or Google Sheets. But if you would like to use or grab the content calendar that I do have a full template that includes all of the things that we spoke about in today's video, and it is a Google Sheets format, and it's only about $22. So you can go ahead and grab that from the link in the description down below. But I built this calendar because I wanted something that kind of streamlined my process and worked with the way that I create content. So this content calendar isn't just a place to kind of think of ideas and then just stick it into a day. This is or was designed and created by me in a way that it works with your strategy. It helps you come up with content ideas. It helps you track the performance so that everything that you're posting is actually doing something to grow your brand and you're not just thinking of ideas just to stay active. So I highly recommend checking it out if you are looking for an upgrade in the way that you plan your content, or even just an upgrade in what you're posting, or if you just want to save yourself some time in your content creation process. So I hope that you found today's video helpful, valuable. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like down below. It really does help me out. If you love conversations and content like this, I'd highly recommend subscribing. Go ahead and check out my content calendar templates or content planner templates in the description down below, and follow me on my socials. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!